Yes, we're ready, Peter. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Okay, well look, you've had the quality stuff. I've been coming to these for years, and I must say that Indonesia, France, Belgium, Spain was fantastic. I mean, the quality was great. So it's all going to change now. So here we go. This is my tribute to the Warwickshire Railway Society in the last 40 years. And I know some of you want to close it down, but I think that's dreadful. I would also like to say that if you've not been on a Warwickshire Railway Society trip, you're about to find out what it's like. Now, I have put a few train photographs in as well, as opposed to the photographs of the drunks lying around outside brothels. So here we go with our mentor James. And we're going to do, by the way, we're going to do 5 continents, 120 images in 25 minutes. So if you blink, you'll miss them. So we start in Turkey. I went to Turkey first time in 1981. I led a Warwickshire Railway Society trip. I'd never done it before, and of course the permits didn't turn up. This is Izmir, and this is a Korpet Luve, and here we are in the famous climb out of Izmir. And we went to Turkey twice, and on both occasions, guess what? The permits didn't turn up. But not to worry, because we still managed to do it. There's the T-Man at Izmir, and for those of you who don't believe me, look at that lot. Who's there? Well, there's Fun Trip, there's Cheryl, there's a whole bunch of ne'er-do-wells. But here's Izmir Basmane Works, never, not once, but twice, without a permit, in the middle of the military rule when the Grey Wolves were going around shooting people. And I actually met a bloke about 10 years ago who'd been shot. He said, "You were there?" I said, "Yes, but they wouldn't shoot the Warwickshire Railway Society with our leader, Gruppenführer Kennard." Not that he was there, of course. So this is Izmir Works. Note the speed we're going at. So there's a proper photograph for you, and that's whatever it is. What did we call them? Skyliner. Skyliner coming down from Zonguldak towards somewhere where the Churchill 8Fs were. So there we are. Now, look at this photograph clearly. You can see Brian the hippie May leering at you on the right. And also, I particularly like the man with his phone. Now, we were out in the middle of nowhere on the Bostad curve. There was no fucking telegraph miles for hundreds of miles, but it didn't make any difference. He had his phone. And here we are, everybody looking particularly silly. Now, this is Catalasky, and the white hat is me dispensing the Benson and Hedges. By the way, this is a joint presentation between myself and Skippy Sturt, who can't be here today due to incontinence and dementia. But are we videoing this?
We are videoing this.
We're videoing this, so you can all shout abuse at Skippy as he is listening in Australia. And in fact, what's going on there is I was negotiating with Benson and Hedges to pull the tank locomotive that you can't see in the back of the locomotive depot out. I gave them all Benson and Hedges, then they said that it couldn't come out because the axle was broken. So there we are. Now, these are the sort of photographs people don't normally show. This is on a crap day. The weather was bloody awful. We spent 2 hours on the line side and it came past with a bloody diesel on the front. You see, the professional. Now, here we are, also in Turkey. Now, this is the second trip. Look, there's Waity with hair in the middle, and my brother also with hair. The chap in the middle with the grey suit was the guide. He was, in fact, Secret Service, we found out, and was very good because he got us everywhere without being shot. I don't know where this shit place is, but I put it in just because it's Brian with a beard. Where is it, Brian? You don't know either. I couldn't work it out, and the rest of them are all lushes because they're all drinking far too much beer. Oh dear, so's Brian. So now we move on to Poland. This is the famous Sand Barn, for those of you that will remember. What a great place that was. TY51. We had a lovely time there. Wasn't any beer. This was somewhere. We were out somewhere and things broke down and nothing. Pair of TY2s on a train. I'm glad you can remember, Peter. I can't.
Well, I was sober at the time.
We weren't, and Julian certainly wasn't. Ah, talking of Junior not being sober, and his friend Mr. Seaton, there we are, asleep behind steam, again in Poland. Now this is the sort of shot, again, people don't show. We spent hours on the line side, freezing our bollocks off, waiting for the PT-47 or the TKT-48, and of course it came past with one of those nice diesels. There we are, out on the line side again, note Führer Kennard on the left, the late James Aloysius on the right, and here we are all trying to do a Mr. Luthwaite. In case those of you who don't know Mr. Luthwaite, it's too difficult to explain, but Peter did show his photograph earlier. This is Klodźko. This is the 86 trip when it was exceptionally cold, and for those of you that have got the late PC Plods vid, this is where again the Benson and Hedges shot came in. Here we are again at Klodźko with James stroking his balls, and Mr. Lacey on the right. Look at those fine figures. This is what if you haven't been on a WRS trip, this is what you missed.
Is that Chalky?
That was Chalky, yes. Here's the TY2. I just thought I'd put that in for no apparent reason. And this is PT-47 coming out of Klodźko with the highly famed double-decker stock that used to make you hurt your neck at the top. And finally, this is the shredded wheat branch. I'm sorry, by the way, if you do what I've done, if you look on my screen here, the image is lovely. I scanned the trannies, and it doesn't look very good. If you want to come and have a look here, it's much better, you see. So, can you see there? You see, I'm getting on with it. Stop going on. I am going to send the CD to Skippy, so he'll be able to see. If anybody wants a CD of this, let me know. Anyway, this is shredded wheat. And used to be the border in Austro-Hungarian days, and had a train once a day that took about 10 hours to do 1 mile, but the Warwickshire Railway Society had a special train, and there's James taking a photograph of the sign saying no photographs. So we move on now to Belgium. Yes, the Warwickshire Railway Society went to Belgium. We actually had it in steam. That was loads of laughs. But we also went to this place. Why we had a rail tour behind a Glasgow-built cockerel that broke down every 20 metres, I honestly can't remember, but we did. There was a danger because the natives insisted in cycling past as we were taking photographs. We also went on a Class 52, which was a very strange day out because they put a beer car on board and they bet us, cheers, we couldn't drink it dry. That was a big mistake. And then they took us to a photographic stop in a coal mine. I could never understand that, but there again, I don't understand the Belgians. So here we are. This is a Skippy shot, especially for Skippy, because we did actually have rail tours in the UK. Warwickshire Railway Society. This Skippy likes this one because it shows the Great Western Railway at its best, with a Class 47 on the front and lots of gnomes in orange jackets. And there we are. There's our great leader. For those of you who can't read it, it says wild animal, do not feed or water. And this also goes to show the elitism that exists, because note, Pullman rail first class. Well, here we all are, out at somewhere near you, on the Warwickshire, on Warwick's line, when one of the castles was...
We had the incident, Mr. White and the eggs and the body.
Yes, the eggs incident. Yes. Don't mention the eggs incident. Here is Skippy, the eggs incident. So there we are, late James, and look, Waity with hair. Oh dear. Now, lying down horizontal is Potter. Some of you will recognise yourself. Skippy is to the right of Hardwick, standing up. Mr. Kennard is there. And then top right in a bit is Minder. Oh dear me, what a day out that was.
The guy with the orange on there was Chris Howell.
Yes, it was. Now, we went to France as well. This is an absolutely ridiculous trip. Mont Derrière Tram. Some French chap was retiring, and the entire front coach was full up of Frenchmen dressed up as railway drivers. How bizarre can you get? well, you can get as bizarre as that. This is another of Skippy's shots. This is a French version of a photographic stop. See what I mean? You don't normally get this stuff at WRS shows, but that just goes to show why you don't need to go to France. Here we go to Germany. Fantastic. East Germany, 1979. Oh God, somewhere. Up in the north. No. Bad Dobrin. Yep, Bad Dobrin, the Daily Freight out of Bad Dobrin. Thank you, Chris. I put this in because that bridge isn't there anymore. You know where we are at Saalfeld, a beloved memory. How we used to love going to Saalfeld. But you don't often see photographs like this at WRS stores. Just all this very, very clever stuff of Indonesia. No, this was meet at Liverpool Street, 8 o'clock in the bar, drink beer, get the train down to wherever it was, Harwich. Get those dreadful Belgian boats over, drink beer. Get the train all the way through, drink beer, and end up at Saalfeld. That bridge, the rickety bridge, it's gone now. It's a shame, really. But there we are, the Warwickshire Railway Society also had problems of knowing where to point the camera. Here we have Herr Proud, Herr May, and various other ne'er-do-wells, Chalky, all looking in totally the wrong direction on the Slottendow Crotto branch with 86101 in the background. Here we have Herr Kennard, again, weighty, looking very, very erudite in his grey jacket. I don't recognise the other two, and that is either Dresden or Leipzig. Saalfeld in a lovely grey, gloomy day. Even by my nice images on the screen here, it's still a bit grey, with of course an 015. Saalfeld again, I put these in because, you know, you can still do this sort of thing if you want to. I'm catching up on time very well. There we are. Now, one of the reasons that Steam got a bit, is it that bad, Julie?
No, it's okay. That's all Alice and Ordnal.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a fault on the projector, if we could bring the light up a bit. But you see, look, it's lovely on there.
It's okay there.
Yeah, I know.
The trouble is when it's projected there.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Oh well, never mind. Well, anyway, there's a nice washing machine somewhere in East Germany, and we were actually. This is quite a rare shot. Yeah, this is the Deutsche Reichsbahn high-speed train, which is rusting away in some museum somewhere. I just put that in for amusement, really. There we are. Now, you see, as steam came to an end in East Germany, we went out there to do the last ever 015 out of Saalfeld. The last ever 015 out of Saalfeld is still running, by the way, but here we have, just so you know, it still happens on a regular basis, but we didn't know that in whenever this was, 83, 82, 81. PRK doing window cleaning with our friend Mr. Pugh looking out. So there it is, the last ever 015 out of Saalfeld until the next one. This is the one where we went to the supermarket and Herr Proud purchased at least 2 crates of beer. Excellent. This is the last 41 out of Haldersleben, 411144, courtesy of Skippy. Once again, not to be the last 411144 because it works most weekends out of Eisenach in the winter, apart from when the line's closed due to a landslip. Here we are doing our bit for conservation. This is on the bank, AC Bank, Blankenheim. This is between the 2 years that we've been there, and Waity and I disgraced ourselves by getting incredibly drunk the night before. These bloody trees had grown up, so I went up to the signal box and said, "Can I borrow your hacksaws, please?" And the nice man said, "Yes, of course you can." So that's Herr Proud, myself and PRK doing our bit for Greenpeace. And this is Herr Proud. Unfortunately, the train was very late coming, so this is Peter doing a run past for us. Also, I know. But Bolly, Waity, don't you write that number down. You're going to get your snatch book out now. You have to be careful with Waity, he does these sort of things. And also, talking of loonies, here's the other one. Who remembers this? This is Hartsker Road, 81, when the local loonies came out to entertain us. The Warwickshire Railway Society fitted in very well. Talking of... I know. I knew you'd all enjoy that one. Oh, hello. Did I say that out loud? We've gone to Africa now. Here we are. Zimbabwe. What fun we had. Yes, I know, all those nice Garretts. Oh, I know. Write the number down, AC, in case you missed it first time round. Just goes to show that Colin Garrett does not have the sole right on boys standing in front of trains. Bulawayo Locomotive Depot. The famous Boabab Hotel with the hire cars ready for the quick getaway, providing no one's too pissed because they've been drinking beer. Again, photograph care of Skippy, and when you were drinking your beer, the shot of the Garrett coming up the line. And this sequence is called Why We Never Get in Each Other's Shot. So this is Andy's master shot. Now, who do you recognise running in front? Surely not PRK. Could it be the one in front with the legs and the shorts? Yes, it could be. The Bulawayo Lions Club with Hare Grimes driving. With Hare again. Grimes, he doesn't look at all concerned about the fact, but he's used to that at Leighton Buzzard. Well, it is, of course. I just thought I'd put that in for those of us who'll drink to that. Almost back on time. Here we are. It's a lovely shot here of you, Chris, on the right. Fortunately, none of you can see me, but there are a few ne'er-do-wells in the photograph apart from the natives. Here's some more with Skippy himself. I know. Look at those legs. And look at AC's haircut. I don't think we go there anymore. Note the pictures of Comrade Bob on the window. Here we are. This is WRS Good Road Sense. Yes, there we are. There we are, you see. All in our Datsun Rent-A-Rex. Of course, very nice locomotive. It's our 14th class. There's none of those left nowadays. This is from Skippy. This is the 3rd and 4th class waiting room at somewhere in South Africa with the 15th class in the background. I understand that some of you were seen furtively having a brew up in the waiting room, and there we are. There's one of Skippy's with the 15. Here we are now. This is, I said 5 continents. This is, we said, did WRS go to Australia? Well, Stano did, and he's a committee member, therefore it counts. Skippy says, if anybody finds the boiler of his 38 on the right, can please he have it back, because he's blaming the Germans. Don't mention the war. I did, but I think I got away with it. And there is Stano. There is Stano, who couldn't be bothered to take a photograph of the 2 Class 38s, but loved taking the photograph of the HST. Now we move to India. For you cricketers, this is Madras Basin Bridge. This is the famous 79-80 tour. I put these in because I like these machines. This is Rhoda. It says Ranson and Rapier on the turntable. Now we're on the meter gauge at Lucknow with one of the nice T-class tanks. Darjeeling, Himalayan mountain railway. You see, these are proper railway photographs. It's not just all idiots. This is the famous Taj Express. 80 up. There's a man, in case you've forgotten how dirty the place was. I wonder what they all do now for their coal and water. This was narrow gauge Bahavnagar. Yep. This is the glass eater. I mean, where else can you go and walk around a locomotive depot? A bloke comes up to you and says, his manager said, I eat glass and razor blades. We said, really? And he said, yes, and he did. He ate a glass and a razor blade, and then he also told us he'd eaten a bicycle, and we had to keep a straight face. Look at those fine. There he is, you see. There is. He knew we were railway, and he wanted to come and work on the Severn Valley Railway from right to left, obviously AC. Wally, by name and nature, can't remember. The glass eater. London Transport, who saved Waity. Yes, when Waity decided at 2 o'clock in the morning he wanted to bash the shed at Ashmere. Yes. So Morphew was tall enough to stand up when we pulled the communication cord. And oh look, there's Val. looking much younger, and Brian. And oh, we had some very good transport. This is the hotel at Lucknow. I love this one. I like the one on the right that says avoid jerks. We've tried but failed miserably. Now, here we are, here's me, and this is 80 Up, the famous Taj Express, not looking as sparkly as it normally does because they were on strike. And the white bits on the were all in Hindu saying support the workers, which of course I did. Could that be ACW on the left with the strange face and the funny hat? Yes, it could. Oh, I don't know who that bloke is, so we'll move on. Here we are. Once again, a few, the tea shop incident. And this is the banana boat song. Now, those you, we didn't know what we were doing. And so we'd gone to Shamoga Town, we'd gone to Badravati, which is the famous the iron and steel works. We didn't know on a Sunday you couldn't go round because, of course, in true Warwickshire Railway Society style, we had no permits, nothing. And the men wouldn't let us in. So eventually we go back to the station, the sun's coming down, and from where I'm standing, they're all gathering round. I went, boys, let's give them the banana boat song. It's true. And we all went, Dale! And then the boys gave them the banana boat song. The locals looked on, mystified. Here we are, very nice hotel in Lucknow. We stayed in such class accommodation. And this is the Taj Hotel.
The Imperial.
The Imperial Hotel. Thank you, AC. The Imperial Hotel. Once again, weighty with hair. And the being a local. And here we go to China. This is a very nice SL. This is the 83 trip, showing about the smoke deflectors at Datong, Shenyang. This is AC providing entertainment for the locals who'd obviously never seen a tripod before and probably never seen AC wearing that peculiar shirt. This is the sort of photograph that nobody admits to. There we go, spanned out all day on the fucking line side. Things comes past with a diesel on the front. There we are, another trip to China, and there are a bunch of ne'er-do-wells in that, including a couple of female of the species who vowed never to go again. This is when, unfortunately I scanned this the wrong way round, this is the first trip to China when the QJs were coming off the... I've got to say, only, the WRS, fantastic. Do we realise what we did? We went to somewhere where they were building 7 new locomotives a week. And we went into the paint shop and there were like all these brand new engines lined up. Fantastic. Now, your starter for 10. This is obviously the famous bank. You can't see it clearly. I should have it a bit closer forward, but never mind. Who is the comedian on the left that is ruining everybody's shot? A famous number spotter. We reckon the reason he was running up was he tried to get both sides together. It is, of course, Flycatcher. Yes, that's Flycatcher, who was much abused. Moving on. Oh, here we are. I think there's a few of us in the audience here. That famous shot down on the bridge, complete with Fun Trip at the front. This is just to prove that Uncle Nasty does not have control of the weather. There's James. Much to the amusement of the locals. And here we are once again in China, where we amuse them all if they didn't amuse us. Sadly, in China now, as you may know, we've got a business out there. I'm afraid all this has gone. The trolleys, the niceness, the quietness. It's now bloody triple dual carriageways and corruption. Here's Peter explaining to the locals the righteousness of capitalism. And Uncle Fun Trip again in front of the tram depot. This was great because if you remember on these trips up into the mountains of the QJs, you could drop the window all the way down, and behind me were a load of Japanese tourists, and it was freezing cold, but of course they didn't complain because we beat them in the war. And here we are in everybody looking happy once again in the Warwickshire Railway Society. You are not allowed to enjoy yourself. And look, there are people in. There's Robbo, and again PRK with a smile on his face. When was the last time you saw that? Yes, it's another happy day. And here we are. Look, with on the Great Wall. Here we did cultural things in China. Here we are, more again on the Great Wall. There's Robbo, and look at us all there. And so China is culture, but we decided that culture was a bit boring, so it needed livening up again. If you look at the statue on the left with a lion, you will see a recurring pattern here. And oh, there's PRK, our cultural advisor, once again advising people on what needs to be done. And note once again the red hat has appeared. It's PRK having an intellectual discussion with the stoned beasts. And this is a Buddha. Every Buddha needs a red hat. And every archway needs a red hat. And just in case you know, there you go. So, I'm going to end up with this. I know that some of you think that the Warwickshire Railway Society should be disbanded. I think that would be absolutely bloody dreadful. I've had loads of fun in the lot. Yes, I know, I'm admitting, I've had loads of fun. So what I've done here is, I put a few images together, which nobody's done before, of what we've done in the last 10 years. Because nobody's shown us what we've done. This is Neustadt-Weinstrasse. This is Neustadt-Weinstrasse. You could do this for a weekend. Let's all go out for a weekend. Go to, this is Eisenach. I did this on my own because none of you lot wanted to come. Went down to Eisenach, go down on a Friday. I got the 41, pulling the stock out in the morning. I then got the service train round the other way to Omagh. Unfortunately, I underestimated how deep the snow was. So I missed the bottom half of the locomotive, but at least I got the other way round. Then about half an hour later, the 50 came through on a train. This is all done within an hour and a half. Then the 94 arrived, and this is all done in the morning. You're freezing your bollocks, I tell you, it was that bloody cold up there. I said, look at that, eh? They don't make photographs like that anymore. And then last of all, the 58 arrived. So, and then back to Meiningen, and there were still bits of East Germany. This is only a couple of years ago, that looks like East Germany. And we remember it, look, you know, that's East Germany, with the Works Class 50 in the background. Or you can go and see this one. As some of you know, I've got quite a close affiliation with this. A couple of nice football play rides recently. It's 8201, owned by Christian. There she is on the main line between Dresden and Berlin. Klaus, although you know that guy was the driver when we were out there in the late 70s. He drove that engine. He was like the main man. You see the photograph of him with the black out. He has now retired, and that's the new driver. Actually, it's Christian's girlfriend. This is Meiningen, but note, other people, that is not colour retouched with the poles removed. Certain people in the audience here go round digitally enhanced. It's 031010. So you can go to Meiningen, you can do shots like this, you can go around the works. This is the 18, a couple of years ago, with new cylinders being fitted. And what you may not know is that the 18, the cylinders, the two outside cylinders, are actually off 41, of the 41. There she is, being fixed up. You'll all recognise this shot, those of you. And again, you know, it's pretty damn authentic. Where is it, Chris?
Yeah, south of Gerolstein.
Gerolstein, yeah, somewhere like that, anyway. And we've all done this with the Warwickshire Railway Society. So, I mean, I can't see, sorry chaps, I can't see, as long as we're all breathing, I'm sure we can find something to do sometime in the future with Pete. We can go and take photographs like this, we can drink beer, we can, well, we can, can't we? We can have a good time. Oh, yeah. Shit. You're not allowed to have a good time. I know. You know, I mean, this is just ordinary photography. Go out, get in the cars, frighten ACW. This is the famous car chase when AC said, "There's a car coming towards us." I said, "Yeah, you can't see the two behind." I was driving, and this is the locomotive depot. And I mean, it's quite genuine, isn't it? I mean, it looks all right to me. It'd be better still if it was bright, but next time we get a better projector. This is the 50 on the shed at somewhere or other, and the 38. This is all down. Well, the only difference there is we've all got a bit fatter, and a lot of us have lost our hair, which is why they're all wearing caps. And a few shots to end up with. This is Stormy Norman. You'll all remember him, and the 01. And these are all WRS trips. I mean, I'm sorry about the nerds now. If it was Julian von Damage, he would have colour retouched the nerds out. This is the vineyard somewhere or other. But the danger of going line-siding is you can meet mental defectives, look at it. And I've ended up with a couple of black and whites. Again, these look great on the screen. They look very good on the screen, don't they? Yeah. This is not desaturated colour. This is genuine black and white print. Only came a couple of years ago. You might think we could say that photograph was late 70s. That photograph was only 2 years ago. Coming out of Saalfeld, you can still do it. And I hope that, and this is 031010, coming out of Posnitz, and again 031010 coming out of Saalfeld. And I hope that this is I very much hope that some way or another a way genuinely can be found to keep the Warwickshire Railway Society going, because I personally, since I first met Pete in 1969, I've had a great time with the WRS. I've enjoyed my time with the WRS. Where else could you go and do that sort of lunacy? Or have a photographer who specialises in taking photographs of flowers? Or stay at the Hotel Hilton in Klonchko. Yes, it's not there anymore, but we had a lot of fun. Or go to the beer shed outside Opel Locomotive Depot. You wouldn't be allowed. This is Bardo in Poland, with fellow compatriots. And that's the photograph we got. And what would the Chinese do if we weren't around? How would we amuse them? Thank you very much. I hope to see all of you next year, hopefully with a stronger digital camera.
I'll give Martin to whip through the PJ Lynch collection, and unfortunately it's your tea break which will stop us because we must start from again.
What time we got to start again then?
Okay.